pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to tonight's Arundequoit Planning Board workshop. The items will be called as they appeared on the agenda. Tonight is a workshop, so basically for the applicants to review the cases with the planning board. There is no public meeting. So with that, Michelle, and please, if there's a fire, please exit to your left, take the stairs, and do not take the elevator. With that, Michelle, will you please call the first case?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First case on our agenda for the workshop meeting is a sketch plan conference, case number PB 2025.11.01, request by Land Tech Surveying and Planning, acting as agent for Eagle Ridge Properties, LLC, for sketch plan conference regarding the proposed construction of 2 3-story apartment buildings totaling 93 units on premises 1720, 1732, 1750, 1776 Hudson Avenue in the R5 residential district.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Good evening. My name is John Sharaba with Land Tech, representing the application this evening. With me tonight are also 2 representatives from the Cabot Group, Bill and Jordan, who are owner's agents, and also Nate Rossi, who is the architect for the project. And I'm very glad that Nate is here tonight to go over and explain the building. We're excited to present this project tonight, a new project for the town of Arundequoit on Hudson Avenue. As the public notice stated, these 4 properties are what we're looking at, but Eagle Ridge LLC owns all these properties. It owns the 18-unit property south of us, which is kind of going towards Pontillo's, and owns the whole Eagle Ridge complex to the east, which is a private drive consisting of numerous duplexes. I don't know the exact total. So everything we're talking about here has been owned by Eagle Ridge LLC for quite some time. Earlier this year, the town board see fit to rezone everything. It was zoned R1, the properties that we're talking about tonight, and we're happy to get the rezoning established, and now we're moving through site plan. So the project, if you can see on the sketch, that's where it's located, surrounded. Everything on the east is privately held. Even Eagle Ridge Drive is a private road that we're proposing to access. The site plan that we prepared is very consistent with the plan that we presented to the town board and went through the rezoning process. All the setbacks that we showed at that time, unit count was very similar, but the plan we have for you tonight is the plan that we're moving forward with and hope to go into full design mode. There's several elements of the plan I'd like to show you or describe. The first one that you'll notice is that the buildings are set close to Hudson Avenue. Where the code requires 50 feet, these buildings are set 20 foot from the right-of-way. That was done intentional. That was meetings with town staff. It was looking at the 2014 comprehensive plan, at the building layouts and site design that the town wanted and saw in their vision to make it more of a walking community. So that's one of the elements. So that really screens the parking lot from the traveling public. It's more pedestrian friendly. It also allows us to remove 4 curb cuts to Hudson Avenue. So any conflicts and things, traffic issues. So the main entrance will be off the private drive. So we're really fortunate with that. We are proposing extensive landscape plan throughout the property. This will be privately held. As part of this project, these lots will be combined into one 3-acre parcel managed by the owner, managed by the Cabot Group. Landscaping is very important to them. We were going to incorporate sidewalks, benches, bike racks. There'll be enclosed dumpsters to facilitate this. If you notice, there's 2 buildings. The building along Hudson Avenue is longer than the other one. The one in the back that we're going to call Building 2, that has a facility for a maintenance area and a rental office. So there'll be vehicles in there so that the maintenance crew can park, be it a plow truck or a Bobcat, and work from the facility. And so we're a very important part of the project. You'll see a green spot that's on south side of the building along Hudson Avenue. We're calling that our stormwater area. There really is no good spot for stormwater management. There'll be some things that we'll look in the future to design. That's not going to be a pond, but stormwater is one of our critical things that we're going to have to do here. We talked already to the DPW director. The stormwater in this site's not gonna go towards Hudson Avenue, it's gonna go to the east. There's a storm system within Eagle Ridge, proper, so it'll be going that way. But we are gonna be required to get a DEC permit related to, stormwater, so we'll be working on that. But other than that, the site is, we're very excited about the site, and the buildings, I think, are tremendous. So I know that Nate wants to go into detail about that. But what we're looking for tonight, not only your feedback on the plan itself, but we're also looking for a referral to the zoning board. We are going to be presenting to the zoning board of appeals on December 1st for 3 variances. The first variance is what I already described, our setbacks. We're closer to the roads than code allows. So we're hoping the zoning board will see fit to allow that variance. The other variance that we're going to be requesting is the height variance. The proposed building is approximately 38 foot high, and code only requires 30. And now we can get into different roof lines and things like that. I know that our code in Arundecoit has a unique height measurement from the eave to the peak, but you know we're going to be looking for that variance. And then the third variance that we're requesting, which has a major impact on site plan, is parking. Our code requires 2 spots for every unit, and we're not proposing that. We're proposing approximately 145 parking spots, which is less than code. But if you look at what our building layout is, it's 50% single rooms and 50% double rooms. So we really don't feel that we have a need for parking, and I'll get more into that with the zoning board. But also, Jordan with the Cabot Group manages the 18-unit property that was built about 9 years ago. And that does have compliant parking, and there's way too much parking for those 18 units. And he feels wholeheartedly that the parking that we are proposing will meet adequately for the project and the tenants. So we're hoping the zoning board sees fit with that. Other than that, I think we're going to move through planning fairly easily. All the utilities are at site: sewer, water, electric. HVAC units will be on top of the building. It will have sprinklers. And again, I don't want to talk too much about the buildings because Nate will talk to you more about that. But that's where we are. We're excited about it. Our design plan is, if move through this meeting, take your input and go to the zoning board. If we're successful at the zoning board, we're going to start our real design and get into the grading and all the normal parts that this board is used to seeing, and then make application at the end of this year or early next year for final site plan and subdivision approval. So I can take any site questions you have at this time or general questions, but I can also let Nate speak to the buildings when you're ready.
Would you guys rather have Nate speak and then we'll do everything together?
I had just a question on here. There's possible upgrade stormwater management area that's east of the new building, what I'm calling the new building.
So yes, there's a,
What
so
is
that's
that?
where the stormwater is going.
Okay,
So we just put that on as, hey, I know what's going on here, and we're not at that level yet to start getting into the facts about that, but that's kind of where we're going to see that going.
so is there any chance for the spot that's west to be turned into parkland? Or
It
to,
would be great. I mean, you know, it'd be passive recreation area at best, and if it's still a stormwater management area, it still will be that way. It will only have water in it during a certain event. So we're going to work to that end. We'd like to do that. And there's a reason why that area is there. Right along that property line, south of the building along Hudson, there's a 30-inch water main that runs east-west through the site. And that's it's been a design constraint for us, and there's an easement associated with that, so we're staying away from that.
yeah, really?
Yeah.
And then, is there 366 feet of building along Hudson Avenue?
I think that's 276. I think that's the frontage. The building is substantial. I think the building along Hudson Avenue is roughly 300 feet long, and it's about 64 feet wide.
Okay, I mean, that's my one little question about this, but we can go to that on the building whenever we describe the building.
Sure.
You talked a little bit about parking, and the ZBA, I think, will have the final say on this, but it sounds like even with the amount that's proposed right now on the plan, you think you may have an excess of parking spaces still?
And that's based on, you know, they manage over 4,000 properties. Or units.
Yeah, I believe you. I'm wondering if you have considered proposing some bank spots.
We'd like to, you know, and talked to the DPW director and Bill Lang at length about that, and they'd rather see less parking and more open space.
Yeah,
So your
when-
point's well taken.
taking
Yeah.
away from what you've got on here and further, marking out some of these that you still believe are in excess, turning it into green space. When you go there, you can say, we've got ability for, what is it, 139 spaces, but we're going to mark out some to even increase green space beyond what we've got here. I think that I would be acceptable to me
Yeah,
anyways.
I appreciate that, Brad, because that's kind of what we showed over around that pond area that's existing. We show we can get extra spots. We don't believe we need them, but this is a business, so we want to make sure our tenants have ample parking and use of the property, and the project itself is successful.
And kind of adding on to the banked parking idea, with the zoning board, it's always about what's code require and what are you at. And, I don't know what the ownership situation is with Eagle Ridge Drive, with that being private, but on the eastern side of Building 2, you could utilize that for some street parking there. Maybe you pick up, 10 extra spaces or
Yeah.
whatever that could be banked.
And there's other areas within that loop where we can park, and there's also areas within the 18-unit building that we could have some cross-access, because we do own both of them. And we're trying to get, beyond that code issue and work with what the tenants are gonna need. So we'll make sure that we speak to more detail of that with the zoning board, but I think we're on the same page.
And then getting back to the stormwater area, if it's to stay there on Hudson Ave, just maybe a recommendation, extend the landscaping down in front of it so it provides at least a visual buffer, whether it's a wet pond or dry pond.
Yes.
Something along those lines. And then for the road again, do you need any access easements, or does that fall in with like the current ownership?
We have easements already in place for the cross-access, but I'll make sure those are on the future site plan.
Okay.
And John, do you have excess parking on the other projects?
The 18-unit building is code compliant, but based on the uses we're seeing, there's a lot of empty spaces there that could be utilized as part of this project.
Okay, and you also have a huge bus route along there, if you can sell that to the,
Yeah, that's really, we're
Board.
trying to get access to Hudson Avenue, walking community. Like I said, 50% of these are single bedroom, maybe one person or someone that does use public transportation.
right, okay. I'm not solving all your problems for you, you can do that, but-
And John, I don't know if you said it, but these are all expected to be market rate apartments?
Correct. Yeah, thank you, I did not say that.
And then you went kind of fast on the setbacks. What did you say it currently is off of Hudson Avenue?
So the requirement's 50 feet, and we're proposing 20. And we're proposing 30 from the private drive to the north, and we're proposing, where are we at, about 5 feet from our own private drive. Now, we could alleviate some of those variances by moving the property lines around on our properties that we already own, but we think we're gonna go to the zoning board first and kind of fall on the sword a little bit, saying, work with us on this, and I think it'll be a good product.
Is there any lighting in that parking lot in the middle?
There will be,
There will be?
yep.
What were you thinking? Is it called?
There'll be pole-mounted lights, probably that LED that, will meet code compliant. They're not gonna shine off the site. I think that's gonna work well. The buildings are gonna be shielded. But if it's a big issue with the planning board, we could, obviously do building-mounted lights that are more substantial. But I think,
Well, you're looking for final next week, right?
No.
Or 2 weeks?
yeah,
Oh,
no, I wish.
It's a sketch.
Yeah, this is,
Oh, this is sketch plan. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
yeah, Mr. Chairman, we have to go to the zoning board on December 1st.
So after you
and
get the
then-
zoning board,
Then I gotta design it, and then, come back and see you.
and you'll come back with the full lighting
Full,
plan.
full plans,
Okay.
correct.
Sure, if you want the architect to come up and
Sure.
speak to it?
Thank you for your time.
You might still come back, so.
Hi, everyone. My name's Nate Rossi from Rossi Architects. I really don't have anything to say. John already covered everything.
Nice knowing you.
Yeah, perfect. Have a great night. So as he said, we have some buildings here that are laid out. They really take advantage of good urban planning principles. They're set so that we are shielding the parking from Hudson Avenue. We're fortunate we are on the side of the street that has the public sidewalks. And John's designed some connections to those to be able to connect to the public way, and for anyone on buses, as you mentioned, Alan, that can come into the site. We have the project as 93 total units. It's broken up into 2 buildings. Building 1, which is the one closest to Hudson. It's a little under 21,000 square foot for the floor plate and has 51 units. Building 2, which is the one further into the site, is a little over 18,000 square foot per floor and has 42 units. That also has the leasing office, maintenance space, and some common amenity areas as well. As John said, the buildings are about 38 feet tall. That's about as short as we can get them, just to have our reasonable floor-to-floors. We have mechanical units located on the roof. There's some renderings here I'll point to in a few minutes, but we have the mechanical units modeled in those, so we are careful to make sure that you can't see those mechanical units from the public way. They're screened. The building form and style is traditional. It has a defined base. It's grounded with some stone material, has a horizontal lap siding in the middle, and then it's capped off with a mansard roof. Some of the other buildings in the area have 2 stories of wall, and they're capped with a sloped roof. We're trying to keep the scale down and contextual by doing something similar with this mansard roof. We've provided a nice rhythm of windows and gables and projections along the building. Alan, to your point about the length of the building, just to kind of break that up and make it so it's not one long, continuous, uninterrupted plane. Materials for the building, we have simulated stone at the base. We have horizontal lap siding in the middle, kind of in this tan color here. And then we have some gray shingles. Need more hands? For the roof. Trying to come up with some classic colors, things that aren't going to be too stylistically fad, that's going to change over time. Things that are going to be natural in tone and blend into the neighboring buildings. Let's see here. So on the easels here we have to the my far left, your far right, we have an aerial rendering. So we show the campus. It shows both of the buildings with the parking in the center. Beneath that, there's a view from within the parking area itself, so you can kind of see how the buildings are positioned and how those are oriented on the site. Immediately to my left, here is a view of from inside, again, the parking area towards one of the main entrances. If I need to turn any of these for anyone, let me know.
No, we got them on.
And then to my right here is a view on Hudson from the corner of Eagle Ridge. So this is what you would see if you were on Hudson, just about to turn into the complex.
So on the, where you have the wood, or the fake stone work, is that for the main entrance only?
So the stone is a wainscot that goes around the entire
Yeah,
building.
I get that part of it. I'm asking
and then
about
there's-
where you have it on the facade.
And then on the facade, yeah, so where there's some entrance vertical elements that comes up about 1 story as well.
How many of those do you have on the Hudson Avenue side?
On the Hudson Avenue side,
And I get that this is all proposal and that the whole thing could change. A guess is fine. You don't have to have the exact number at this moment.
about half a dozen, I'd say.
6, so you'll have 6 different facades.
So so along Hudson, we have a raised portion here, a raised portion of stone here, raised to the middle, it continues here, here, and over here.
Okay.
5, I was off by 1, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I mean, I keep on thinking this is going to be a big wall along Hudson Avenue. La Vida downtown did something clever with, I mean, it's all one building if you go inside, but if you look on the outside, it looks like different brownstones heading it up.
I agree
know
with
if
you.
that's possible or not. but-
It's a long length, and you have a number of different materials, but I'm wondering if we can think vertically and breaking the building up with some punctuations. You know, one offhand idea I have is where you do have the simulated stone, if you brought it up to the second floor, every time that would create a break in it. I mean, it could be any material. I'm not really stuck on the stone, or it could be a color or something like that to try to break this length up into segments. We just had a similar project where there was a really long length of continuous material, and they broke it. They kind of did a little Hollywood to break it up as if it were houses.
So and I guess if I did not mention that, we do also vary that facade too. So it's not one long, it jogs out at each one of those spots where the stone comes up to the second floor as well, so that helps.
I think you get the idea that we don't want to see a wall there, so obviously you're,
And Nate, just another thought could be, you know, for those areas on the Hudson Ave facing where, you know, you kind of have the stone water table, maybe some of those windows on that side, you're doing shutters or something like that.
There is no like visible or identifiable entrance from the Hudson Avenue side, probably because your building layout doesn't, you know, isn't set up for that. But you know, that's another thing that sort of contributes to the wall-like feeling of the building is when there's no area of penetration for a pedestrian to come in, you know. So that might be another thing to think about is like, is there a way to like pretend maybe there's an entrance or something on that side of the building, just so it feels less wall-like.
then do you have a rendering of what the part of the building facing the parking lot's going to be?
Yes, so this rendering right here is inside.
This one, Alan?
So is that, yeah. Is it this one? Yeah, I mean, it's just not labeled, so I'm not really sure. Okay, so there's no entrance at all off of Hudson Avenue?
Correct.
That, you may want to reconsider that, just because you're telling the town and you got some variance on this because you want to make it more walkable. But if I can't walk from Wegmans over here without entering the building, without going around to the back, then it's not doing what you said you wanted to do. Right?
The siding, is it vinyl or is it a composite?
It's a vinyl siding.
The windows, are they simulated divided lights, or are they internal, or are they true divided lights?
We're not to that. We're
Just
not
throwing
to that
things
level of
out there.
detail yet.
Just throwing things out there.
You can see that'll be the easy part when you come back to us.
Yep.
I'm all set
So-
with my questions.
So have you thought about where the garbage, how the garbage is gonna be handled on this?
Yeah, so John has a dumpster enclosure shown.
It's just east of the water area, right? Or the, yeah.
Maybe when you come back, if you can show how people are gonna get into this and get out for cars, not just pedestrians, just so we could, because it looks like there's several different points, right, they could get to.
Yeah, just to jump in with Nate, we have three access points. So the two that are coming off the road from the north, kind of split the parking lot that way. And then there's another one that goes to Eagle Ridge that is on the south side of Building 2, where the maintenance crew will come out and plow that way. So there are three full access points, full width, 24-foot wide, that meets the code for those areas. While I'm up here, I'd like to touch more about the access to the building and the front, because if we send Nate out to his drawing board, we're redesigning the whole building in totality for access off of Hudson Avenue. We'd like to
I'm not saying you
incorporate.
put 6 entrances in there. I'm saying if you're telling us that you want this to be walkable,
Yes,
if I'm walking on Hudson Avenue, do I still need to walk behind 300 feet of building to get to the entrance?
Well, 150 feet, either gotta go north or south, because those are units, so you're gonna have people's
Right.
back doors looking at Hudson Avenue. So if you try to incorporate more people, actually, you're going right into their living space. So I think we're hoping that you see that, you know, more sidewalks, better access, an extensive landscaping plan, you know, we're thinking possibly a fence. We really don't want people milling
But
around
then
the
what you're
backyard.
telling the rest of the folks in Arundecoit is, come see our back door.
Well, we're also saying,
Right.
come see our site. We have I think we're gonna have a really nice access point. If you look to on the north side of the building, we have sidewalks, we have park benches, we have people that, we assume that this is where the bus stop will be, on the north end. And I think on the south end, there might be already one, where the Pontillos is, so we can get them there. I
Yeah.
just don't wanna send Nate away, with a full redesign of his whole building.
I'm not telling you to do that.
Okay,
What I'm
that's why I
telling you
just-
is that there's gonna be some questions about it, and you've already heard from two of us on
Yes,
it tonight.
I understand.
Okay.
You can't do anything on the corners? As far as-
I guess, you know, we try to. If you look on the south side, you come in on a sidewalk along the stormwater management area. We have 2 benches proposed, landscaping. I think there's a bike rack nearby there to get you into the site. I like Nate's term campus. That's really what it's going to be. We want to get you in there. I don't know if people milling along Hudson Avenue is really what we want as far as a product for our building. We want them to come in. So either come from the north or come from the south, because our
Might be
living
more
units.
secure the way you have it designed too.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, we want it to be welcoming, so we'll work on that. And on my end is site and landscaping, but I'm gonna hang on to him all night because, you know, I show up here without an architect all the time, and I'm so happy he's here.
And ESL had the same situation. They were able to correct it to our satisfaction.
Okay.
So you may want to just review that
Yeah,
case also.
and one thought, you know, if you haven't done it already, you know, between now and, you know, when you come back, maybe run the plan by the building inspector or fire marshal, because there might be building code requirements that says maybe you do need additional exiting on, you know, the Hudson Ave side or the east side of building two, based on the size of the building.
Yeah, good points.
When we ran into a similar issue with Durand Eastman, is that what it was?
St. Salome's?
St. Salome.
St. Salome, right.
What we sort of compromised on was that we had them put these like porches on the side of the building that didn't have any access, so there was like sort of a balustrade that went around all 3 sides, but it gave kind of a visual cue that, you know, maybe there's a door there. It's just an idea that I'm throwing out there.
And I guess just to be clear, there are doors along the Hudson Ave side. They just go to the apartment units. So if we emphasize those as if they are an entrance, those won't be very desirable units.
And
Get a lot
fire
of
department,
visitors.
fire department might have an issue with that if they think that it's a door there. They might try to go in to it.
I think the plan's great. I think it's the housing that we need, but you can see that we're talking about what we're seeing from the street,
Yeah.
right?
Are those like porch doors?
Those are sliding glass doors. They're sort of like Juliet balconies you see on the upper level, and then we don't have patios on the lower level, so the same thing, the Juliet balcony, even though it's at grade.
Nate, just one final question for me here. For the rooftop HVAC units, will the roof, you know, going across be flush, or will those be sitting kind of in a parapet? I'm just thinking more for screening of visuals.
So the main roof itself is pretty much flush, but in all of these renderings, those units are already modeled. So what you see here is what you will see of the HVAC units, which is nothing. Just by virtue of the height of the building and the angle of viewing.
Another thought that I had about trying to break up the massing of the building on the Hudson side is up on the roof. So you have this sort of false mansard roof. When you go down in the Empire Boulevard on the right-hand side as you head into Webster, they're building something there, and it's sort of in a shingle style, and they have some like gambrel sort of roof lines that are pushed onto it, which sort of breaks that up. Maybe in a couple of these projections, if there's a way to put a front-facing gable that still makes sense with a mincered roof, that might break up that full length of shingles. Again, I'm just kind of throwing ideas out there.
Where's the snow gonna go for, is it gonna take up parking spots?
We don't get snow here anymore.
Yeah.
Wrong day, wrong day.
No, your observation is spot on. It's a little tight for snow in here. We do have full-time tenants that are on there, and they have bobcats and things like that, so they'll probably push it to the snow storage areas or take it off-site. Like I mentioned, they do own the whole complex around, so they'll have to manage that, and I'm sure that the cabinet group will be intimately involved how to make that happen.
Anything else? Jim?
I'm just looking like this intersection here in the southeast corner looks funny.
That's where the maintenance crew is and things like that.
Maintenance, and you're coming north into Eagle Ridge, and
Yeah.
you've got two entrance points there right next to each other.
Two or one? Make sure we're talking the same. You're talking right here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
right. The existing one out there, and then you're putting the new one next to it.
Yeah, we can look at that, and we really wanted that more. We're hoping our tenants will have no need to use that. The maintenance crew is going to come in and out of there a lot, because this crew is set up not only for this facility, it's going to take care of the Eagle Ridge proper, and but we can look into that and use directional signage and try to maybe soften the radiuses or do something like that to help.
Yeah, it's just, I'm thinking you come in from the south and trying to loop around.
Yeah. Yeah, we really didn't envision having a lot of tenant interaction at that intersection, but I think if you have a good point.
I think it's gonna bring it all together. I mean, that thing's been a hodgepodge for a
Yeah.
long time, so. Any other comments?
Is there pretty much of the blue out on the Hudson side?
No, not on the Hudson side. So there's a
It looks nice.
few of those elements there at the entry towers currently proposed. But, that may be an option that we explore to address some of your other comments about breaking up the Hudson side.
Well, you asked for input. Is there anything more you're looking for in specific you thought we might have called out that we missed?
Anything that you could relay to the zoning board, so I can make sure that they understand that you like the elements that we've designed related to the three variances would be helpful. That was really what we're looking for, and we appreciate your input. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Michelle, did you capture all of that? Do you want to?
I believe I got a lot of that, yes.
Okay, and then when you send out the note, we'll all get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Next case?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Next case is case number PB 2025.11.02. Request by Jay Negrin of Brewster's Real Ice Cream for signage approval to install illuminated monument sign on premises 1930 East Ridge Road in the C Business District. And I do not see Jay here,
He is not here.
but we can, if the board so chooses, discuss, and then I can get him some notes.
I think this is pretty straightforward, and
Yeah, as
I
long as
don't
it's not
necessarily,
blocking the traffic,
yeah.
the sight line for traffic, I don't know.
And he's doing a monument sign, which is basically what we beg everybody to do. And I
application that it will be positioned 15 feet away from the roadway. So let me,
Exactly where on this map? Is it,
Looks like it's gonna be in that.
Corner?
West corner near that driveway.
Is it closer to Ridge Road, or is it gonna be halfway down?
You can see it in the rendering. It's in the corner by the street. When,
It's in between that lamppost and the drive, Bernie.
So it's a ways off of Ridge Road, right?
Well, it's 15 feet, that's not a ways off, but
It seems like that's
it should
farther
be
than
enough
15
for a
feet.
sight line, I would think.
If I'm thinking what it is, it's the whole length of the building.
Pardon?
Down that street, it's the whole length of the building.
No, it's not going down the street, it's the driveway side, Bernie.
The driveway side off the side road.
The west side,
Ridge Road,
Oh, on East Ridge.
on East Ridge Road.
but the west side of the property. Where we had them rebuild the retaining wall.
Okay. All right. That's what was throwing me off. I thought it was towards
Yep.
the driveway on the back.
Has DPW had a chance to look at the location?
It wouldn't be relevant because it's a county road.
Oh, has the county then?
They don't usually review signage for
I'm just thinking
So-
of the
for
clearance for
intermunicipal
driving in and
agreement.
out.
So some of those buildings on Ridge Road, when you pull out and you try to look left, you can't see anything.
Right,
So that's why I was wondering. if-
yeah.
Pulling out of that driveway,
This is a hill,
looking back left.
a hill though going in, if
Right,
you're familiar with the
but
area.
if it's 15 feet back, that's probably, that's what I said. It didn't-
I'd like to see it on the site plan.
Right.
Yeah.
If you could do that, that would be wonderful, Michelle,
Add it to the
to a site plan.
and then they'll probably put the same restrictions they usually put on lighting.
There is, it's already there,
Well,
within the,
you might as well just throw it in
Yeah,
to make
no.
sure that it's there.
but the stuff that Michelle gave us, it's already in there, it was a condition. And it covers all signs.
Yeah, so without it being on the site plan, that's the only thing I'm concerned about, is you pull out, you won't be able to look
Ask
left.
him to do it, so. Hopefully he does it and he can get it done this month, if not,
Even if he just
It's always
marks it on the
December.
plan, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
I can't, I don't see a measurement on this, even this, old site plan I have in here from when he was here for preliminary and final. So I will
Yeah, I
make sure
tried
that
to
he
find
gets
it
a
when I looked
measurement on
online, I
that.
couldn't find it either.
I don't-
So you want to make sure he knows that before he shows up. Yeah. Yep.
There's always December.
Nobody's buying ice cream now.
Oh, yeah, they are.
That's the
believe
point of the sign, to let you know you still can buy Santa's open
Exactly.
all year
I was
round.
ju- I was just gonna say that. He wants to make sure people know it's
Yeah.
there in December.
So I have add the proposed monument sign setback location from East Ridge Road.
Correct. And verify that, you know, it's not gonna block any vision when you leave, looking to the left.
It's gonna be a pretty tall sign.
No, it's less than a person.
It looks like about 4 feet
Yeah, but I
tall.
think the way that that driveway comes up, you're sitting lower than the road.
Yeah.
So that sign's gonna look even taller.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it may just be that he needs to just place it in another spot of the property.
It's 4 foot. Oh, with a foot base too, 5 foot, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
tall. So he said the person
That's
standing
four-
next to it, how tall are they?
I really thought he was gonna put it on the other corner of Ridge, but I don't know what's there. Anything else we wanna tell him? Okay. Next case.
Next case on our agenda is case number PB 2023-09-01, request by Capstone Real Estate Development LLC, acting as agent for 550 Titus Avenue LLC, for preliminary final site plan approvals to construct 2 multifamily apartment buildings totaling 16 residential units on premises 550 and 560 Titus Avenue in a mixed-use commercial district. So Don, just before you begin, I did make copies of a site plan that is more on top. If you see this, if you read the revisions, I just want to make sure that they saw that they had those revisions
Thank you.
on that site plan. So I did make copies of these that are in addition for the board. They came with, they came from Thornton Engineering. I don't believe they've changed much, but I believe they had their revisions on there, and I wanted to make sure the board saw that.
Thank you.
It's also been a while since this came before us, so if you could point out
Sure.
what you've changed or made different.
Good evening, Don Lasher from Capstone Real Estate Development. I think I was here last in 2023, April of 23, maybe?
24, May.
Oh, it
no.
wasn't this long ago. I think it was, it's been a while. It's
Last
been a
year.
long time, so.
We've missed you though, Don. Thanks for coming over.
We, at our last meeting, we went back to the drawing board and thought we had feedback and a better design. We subsequently met with community members, several of which are here, and then realized we still were missing the mark and kind of went back to the drawing board and started again. So, if you don't mind, I'll just give a quick overview, but this is 550, 560 Titus Avenue, 2 parcels, technically 2 buildings, which we are proposing 3-story, 8 units within each building, although they're connected and designed to look as one. You'll notice there are 2 water services. Each building is technically separated. The minor changes to the site plan since the last time you've seen them that Michelle referred to, some of our comments from April of '24 from various agencies, and I believe Labella, recommended a crosswalk heading towards the bike rack, adding some enhanced landscaping on the corners of the building. And we've made those changes to the site plan, added them in. But for the most part, lighting has not changed, parking has not changed. Everything else is as you saw it a year or year and a half ago. The most significant changes we've made to our proposal revolve around the exterior of the building. The floor plan itself has not changed. The unit mix is still the same. There are 16 units. There are, I apologize, 8 2-bedrooms and 8 1-bedrooms. And the second and third floors are basically mirrors or mimic each other. The first floor has 4 2-bed, 2-bath units. Really, the big changes are to the roof line and the entrances between the 2 structures. So I noticed during first case in front of you, there were no entrances from the street. We have those. So not only are we pushing the building close to the street, in our case, it's to stay in line with the adjacent structures, but also, you know, we're at a pretty significant intersection. There's a bus stop right in front of our building on the southwest corner. So we have access from both the front and rear of the building. All of our parking has been placed in the back to screen it, and we have a pretty substantial buffer between us and the adjacent neighbor to the north. We are proposing to leave, and I don't know if you remember this, or if you can even see it through the growth, but there is an existing building in the back of the back of the site that's probably 12 by 12, maybe a little bigger, 16. It's existing stone that we're planning to restore. Initially, we thought we would use it as a maintenance building, but we will likely use it for bike storage, since we don't really have a good space inside.
And we don't really need the storage it's not a big enough facility to have a maintenance staff on site. So most of our landscaping and plowing will be contracted out. We don't really need anything else on site, so. We have switched the exterior pretty significantly. We've added masonry headers and sills to the windows on the front of the building and along the east and west side. We have headers on the back side of the building only at the transition. And then we're going to, similar to the previous project you saw this evening, we have a mansard roof to screen our HVAC units. So all of the condensing units will be on the roof. And then really the dumpster corral is the only thing in the parking lot right now. We're keeping most of the trees. There are 2 or 3 that we do have to remove. Might be 4, sorry. But for the most part, we're keeping everything and designing the parking around it with the green space in the center.
Anything else?
Sorry, I'm kind of all over the board trying to refresh your memory.
Well, with the lighting, did you change anything with the lighting when you changed the?
We did not.
Okay. So there's not going to be any lighting actually on the building? Because I think you showed it in the, maybe I'm going by memory here, so I apologize.
We'll probably have like a down light under the canopies that we recently added, but just to illuminate the entrances.
Okay, are those called out on this old plan, or is this a new plan? I'm sorry.
I think they have Ds on it, Bernie, right? Is that right, Don?
Is that what that is?
I'm sorry?
The D on
The fixture?
canopies?
Yeah.
And that,
I didn't bring a big enough copy without my glasses. I didn't know I needed until recently, so, sorry. I have to use my phone and zoom in, I apologize, but I believe it is the D fixture.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
I see it now.
And those are just wall packs, right? Yeah. Yep.
Any other comments?
I think overall it's great. It's major improvement, I think, from a couple iterations ago. I think you took a lot of the feedback about eaves and gables and streets facing entrances. I'm wondering about screening of the parking lot on Curtis between the drive aisle and, you know, near the corner of the building. If you consider some landscaping or fencing in that area, because you do have houses across the street there, and screening parking lots is generally consistent with the MUC guidelines.
Okay.
The only other thing, we feel good about the white and the black. We don't feel like it's too trendy. The black and the white, the sort of farmhouse style.
Okay.
I mean, you can do what you want. I'm just,
You
I don't know.
do feel it is trendy, or?
I feel that it's, I feel like it's in now. What will it be in 5 more years? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
And that's not pure white, is it?
I think it was intended to be close.
Okay.
I am terrible with colors, and our architect is not here this evening, but I do believe it was intended to be close to that. I can ask him for samples when we come back.
Yeah, I mean, the windows look great on the,
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I'm just
yeah.
not
maybe-
sure how it's gonna read in another 10 years.
Maybe I missed something. I thought that was masonry. Is that brick, all brick?
There's brick below, and then we're proposing a hardy plank board and batten above. So, worst case, if the white does fall out of favor in 6 or 7 years, we can always repaint.
Yeah. Is it vinyl or is it on composite or what?
It's
is
a
it?
kind of a cementish.
Oh, so you could
cementitious.
always change it
We
up.
could always
Yeah,
paint it.
yeah.
Yeah, but the rest of the building's brick, so that's, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
The rest
I'm-
of the building's
great,
brick.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
we
that's
wouldn't paint the
wonderful.
brick.
As far as the parking, there is an existing parking with the, office building that's there. And then there's gonna be another parking, which is your parking. I just think the screening of the new parking lot is gonna be important to make it not look like one constant parking lot from Kiwanis to, Curtis. So if you could just make sure that it's screened in pretty good, that it protect the cars in your lot too, as you're driving through.
Between the two parking lots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michelle, didn't we do something with the parking lot the last time it was here? Because it seems like the conversation was similar about screening it from the road. I don't remember if we discussed a berm or something like that. I'm going by memory. I couldn't find the old notes. Nothing?
I don't have an answer for you then, Bernie.
It's only been 2 years.
I know that we cut the section in the center,
I remember that.
The center.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought we did something on the side.
How many,
Spaces?
variances do you need?
None.
Even for the height?
No, yeah, I believe it's 35 and we're at 35.
Okay.
34, 9 and 3/4, but
And where's all the air conditioning units and all that?
they'll be on the flat section of the mansard roof. They'll be screened, so they're hidden behind this, kind of the Disney thing, but.
I don't know how we know 5 years from now what's in.
Well, I generally feel like by the time something hits our market, it's already over.
The other one was like, what, 10 years?
The other one was
15
20 years ahead of its time, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one
Yeah,
was.
no,
Yeah.
I thank everyone in this room for their help with that one, because looking back, I don't know what we were thinking.
Your windows, just because I always like this question, are the Muntins, are they inside the glass or outside?
They're inside.
Overall, the building looks nice. I'm not gonna complain.
So what are you coming back for in 2 weeks?
I bet he'd like final.
Final, right? So what do we need to see from him so that he can get what he's looking for?
The additional
Screening
screening on the
along
parking lots.
Curtis and
then-
between the two parking lots?
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like one big parking lot from
Okay.
Kiwanis to. And
play-
it'll protect your parking because you're not gonna have a lot of lights.
I thought you wanted to screen it from the road, the parking lot too, going down that road.
Both, I think.
Both, well, yeah.
East and west sides of the parking lot.
Just so,
You're showing some landscaping in here.
That's what I thought.
we are, it's on, S3. We have screening along, I guess it's south side of the curb cut. It's so small, I apologize, but
Yeah, there's screening there.
I usually like the combination of the landscape and the hardscape because if the landscape dies, at least we still have some type of fencing or something like that. We've done that a couple times. We did that with IBC. We did it with Chase. We did it with.
Okay.
And those are the only two examples I can think of.
Right here.
There
from
might
the
have been a
D'Angelo building.
fence, the Curtis side, you maybe brought up at one point. Look, you
Yeah, Don, if you do like a fence on the Curtis side, maybe something like decorative, like wrought iron, like black color, just to mesh in.
north and south of the curb cut?
Definitely south, you know, if you do north, maybe you don't have to do the whole frontage, but maybe just a couple panels just to, you know, exemplify the entrance there.
Okay.
I really thought we had that conversation.
So I did find the notes from the September 18, 2023 meeting, if you want me to read them over.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so cross-access easements regarding the re-subdivision of the lots, mason or hard dumpster enclosure, disturbance is less than an acre, submit grading plan to discuss stormwater measures, add bike rack, handicap aisles should be 8 feet wide and depict on site plan, tree line along the north end of the property, plant conifers to block lighting coming into the site, envision building mounted lighting, not proposing any light poles, fire marshal comments regarding access, Building is code compliant in our game plan going forward. Streetscape on Curtis roadside with a wrought iron fence.
Look at you, Bernie.
I tell you, I knew it. That's something.
So did you say on both, on the Curtis side?
No, tonight they're saying they want more screening, between the parking
Curtis
lots.
and
For the
Kiwanis.
raw iron fence.
Just I'm sorry, just so I'm clear, you're
Because we
thinking
keep
a fence
jumping.
on the south side of the curb cut along Curtis to the corner of the building, roughly?
It was your suggestion, John.
From the southern driveway, just keep running it straight toward Titus, and then as you get closer to the building, just 45 it right into the building.
Okay.
And then, Shelley, you brought up something.
Wrought iron fencing along Curtis Road
Yeah.
up to,
South of curb cut. Yeah, so I was just saying.
To at least the rear foundation line.
And then Michelle on the north side, maybe just one or two panels, just so it blends in.
I'm sorry, John, say that again, please.
On the north side of the driveway, like a couple panels, just so it blends in, so you just don't have fencing on all one side.
Sides, it just looks like.
You can do one of those fancy gates that you have to let yourself.
And stack up at 5 o'clock at night leaving.
Can you, just explain to me what the,
Alan,
pad is for the dumpster?
But before we do that, Ellen,
Oh,
can we
I'm
go back? Sorry, Shelley, you wanted to bring up some additional screening between parking lots.
Was around the parking lot and between the parking lot, the old parking lot that's there already, and the new parking lot, to at least cut the parking lot so it doesn't look like one parking lot across.
That's on the side facing the professional building to our east.
Yeah, so there's an established parking lot, and then there's gonna be this new parking lot, so it looks like from one street to another, it looks like one full parking lot. If you're walking down the street on either street, it's gonna look like just from behind the building, one big parking lot.
Okay, we can handle that with plantings, I think, there. Okay.
Okay, sorry, Ellen, go ahead.
We're hoping to use the same material that the maintenance shed is built out of. If you've ever looked behind that scrub that's to the
Yeah, I
west,
know what you're talking about.
there must be 12 pallets of that block, which ironically you can't find anymore. I renovated a facility in Clifton Springs and ordered it from like Minnesota, I think. It took 6 months to get here. We closed on the land. I peeled back some of that scrub, and there's 12 pallets of the block there.
There we
So I'm
go.
hoping we can use the same block so that it would match the existing maintenance building in the back.
So what is your idea about it? Are you gonna
So that's what-
three-quarter enclose it and then have a fence?
Correct.
Okay, and then is that gonna be the only, trash facility for the
Yes.
units?
Yep.
Okay.
So could you just clarify again, the dumpster, is that gonna be split block, or you gonna do the brick, or what are you gonna?
I don't know if I'd call it split block. It's the same block that the existing structure is made out of.
Okay.
So it's kind of it is split, but it's like a little,
Oh, the old one.
the old one. We have like about
Plastic?
12 pallets of it left on site that we'd love to use so they match.
It's CMU or what is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it has like a rusticated block face.
correct. We just can't find, we found a mold, someone in Minnesota or Wisconsin made us like 3 pallets 6 years ago, and then we found this. So we're hoping it still looks in great shape, so we're hoping to just use it and match.
Anything else, folks?
I'm good.
The people in the pictures look happy.
I think it's a lot better than what it looked like before.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone in the room, because we didn't
Thanks,
see it
Don.
at first, I'll admit it, so thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Staff, Labella, anybody?
Do you want me to just go over my comments, just to be on the safe side? Because I would appreciate that, because we were kind of a little all over the board here, and to make sure that I captured all of them. I have concerns about the landscape screening along the south of the parking lot entrance on Curtis Road and between the parking lot existing on Kiwanis Road.
Did I say that? It was
What?
like, right, it's in
Yeah.
between, yes, yes.
Along the property
So-
line.
The parking lot that's on
Between the two.
Kiwanis.
Yes,
Where the D'Angelo building is?
Yeah, in between.
In between there?
Correct,
Yep, okay. I just wanted to clarify to make sure that I got it right. And then wrought iron fencing along Curtis Road up to the rear foundation line?
We don't necessarily have prescribing wrought iron though, right?
No, we didn't
Yeah.
last time.
We did in September.
I think just something decorative, you know,
Yeah.
to complement
Yeah,
the
I think
building.
you could just say
Decorative fencing?
decorative fencing, yeah.
Well,
you.
An iron fence is a lot different than an aluminum fence.
Yeah, just wrought iron. When I think
Uh,
decorative, I always just think wrought iron.
You mean the.
What did we call it the last
rod.
time, Michelle?
You called it wrought iron.
That's what I thought, yeah, that's what we called it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with an aluminum fence also, I mean,
So do you want decorative fencing?
that. I
That
think is
leaves it
probably
open
a-
for them
decorative,
to
yeah.
come back with something, yeah.
Okay.
I like wrought iron, but decorative, okay.
Is that, this is a, might be a silly question, but will that require a variance?
I want to say no, because, because the fence code changed beginning of this year, but I would like to double check that.
Okay.
As long as you maintain that 3-foot setback in from your lot line, you should be good. You can't put the fence right on your lot line on Curtis Road.
Okay,
It has to be 3 feet in.
okay, thank you.
And then add a couple of the decorative fencing panels onto the north side to break it up.
Correct.
North of the curb cut. Did I miss anything?
Yeah,
Board?
Bradley wants to guarantee it'll have the right look and feel for 5 to 10 years out.
But
Do all of your plantings comply with the guidelines, town guidelines?
They should, they,
Okay.
yes.
can you just do a draw out on the enclosure and just include, is it? There it is, never mind, got it.
I was looking for it too, Alan, I saw it finally.
Yeah, it's usually on one of the last detail sheets, but I see it.
So
Thank you.
all the notes from the previous one they have in it, so nothing, those still carry forward, everything we asked for before.
They should have been already addressed.
That's what I'm asking, okay,
Should have been already addressed,
okay.
because that was a while ago where he had come back from revised.
Yeah.
If approved, when would you be starting?
Are they gonna come back next week for final?
2
Or
weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Best case
Do
would
we have a
probably,
lighting plan?
Yes, it's scheduled for a public hearing in 2 weeks.
I didn't notice a sign when I drove by.
oh, I think that's the
We get it
10
tonight
days
or
in front,
something.
right?
It's gotta go 10 days.
So 14th.
The
It's
sign,
gotta
so
be
he's,
up by this Friday.
okay, that's cool, let's go.
I was going to do it today, but it's
Let's go.
snowing.
10 days before the public hearing.
Do we have lighting?
Yes.
There's a lightning,
Like,
right behind the landscaping is a lighting.
There's a lighting plan.
Alright,
and when are you thinking about doing this?
Perfect world would be end of March, early April, if things go well.
that'd be nice.
And these are all market rate apartments.
Correct.
I don't have any other questions, any more from the board? Anything from the town?
No, sir.
No?
Okay.
We're glad to see it going forward.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Good night.
Have a good night. Minutes for next, for the public hearing.
You want to do those now?
No.
Oh. Yeah, because I only got one of them done, I'm sorry. So is that gonna?
Were they bad?
No, the one I looked at was fine, but, you're okay, you want us to review this and give you any changes, and then, are we gonna go through these at the next meeting, or you wanna do it at a future workshop?
If you wanna just,
We can do them all as one?
We do them before the year ends.
yeah, give me the changes. I'll amend them if you have anybody has any changes.
So,
And hopefully we can get them in before the year end. Yes, sir.
so send in the changes to you before the next meeting, and then you'll have a final set at the next meeting, is what your plan?
Sure.
Are you looking at me?
Mike Evelyn used to be our guy, remember?
I'll send
We need
those
Mike.
to Evelyn, he can fix them and.
Mike,
Yeah, I was looking for Mike. Okay. That's it.
Before that, it was Mr. Ritchie,
So,
D. Ritchie.
any other business before the board? Seeing that, I move that we adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye.